Hello YouTube, Pinchio Wait here, back again looking at Gemini Jets 1 to 200 scale JetBlue A320. And as promised during the review of this plane, I promised you one thing. And here it is. The official JetBlue 1 to 200 scale JetBlue Embraer 190. And yeah, the plane is still in its box, but I wanted to make this a little bit more of an interesting review by taking her out of the box for you guys. But before I do, I want to show you something. Take a look at how much bigger the box is that the A320 came in. You see that? Well, I don't think the Embraer 190 is not the biggest airplane in JetBlue's fleet. So I guess they decided to, scale down the box a little bit. Well, it's not the smallest airplane in the Embraer fleet at all, as part of the Embraer E-Jets, but it's in good service with JetBlue anyway. And I found out that this is, according to the back of this box, a 2016 release, which I believe I found out it was released like in May of last year. And the 1 to 400 scale version I've got at the airport was released in June of last year, so without further ado, I'm going to set my tripod down so you can get a good angle of view of me taking it out of the box. Don't want to hit anything else, so I got to open this very carefully. So these are the pieces of the stand that I'm pulling out right now. And as I do it, I'm going to put the stand together. I remember when Gemini Jets first introduced 1/200 scale models, their stands never looked like this. I'll show you in another video of what the stand used to look like. But for now, let's get to the star of the show. And here it is, snuggled up in the box and now getting pulled out. Here she is. And just like I told you, she's also a barcode livery too. Alright, time to get the box out of the way. So bear with me a few seconds. And then watch as I try to get the model on the stand. Alright, and there she is, in all of her glory, now out of the box. Take a look at that. So to think, as I said in the other video while reviewing the A320, this one, along with the 1 to 400 scale one, came out in different months of last year. Last year, this was a May 2016 release, while the 1 to 400 scale model was a June release. And like I said about the A320, that came out in the months and years of 2015, which I think this was a March, which I think those two were a March release of 2015. But the truth is, I got the 1 to 400 scale A320 first. Then I decided to get the 1 to 200 scale one last year. So this one's relatively new to my collection, as well as the Embraer 190. One thing I'm noticing looking at those two together is that the barcode livery on the E190 looks a little bit darker than the one on the A320. But I don't know about the ones on the 1 to 400 scale. I think the livery tail fins on the 1 to 400 scale, they look a bit the same, yeah. But for some reason on the 1 to 200 scale, you'll see that the barcode tail fin is a little bit more darker in coloration than the A320 for some reason. But either way, still, I cannot complain, to say, that this is still a beautiful airplane. So let's focus now on the 1 to 200 scale model, as I give you some close-up views here, starting with the front. Just like in the 1 to 400 scale, the name of the plane is called Blue Bonnet. And also, if you look closely here at the exit door that you would enter through, there's no Fly-Fi logo because the E190s are still getting fitted with Fly-Fi. Now here's something I don't think you saw in the A320 review, is that you'll see a rectangular cutout right on, a rectangular outline on the bottom of the exit door. You might actually see it on the rear exit door. I might show you later. That's not an extra set of air stairs. That's where the evacuation slide would deploy, I found out. And also, unlike the A320, you've seen that the A320 has the rotating beacon light right there in the middle where by the wings is. Well, definitely not the case on the E190. You can also see the communication and GPS antennas on top are a little bit different. And then here's the domed antenna for the TVs, and a little bit of Fly-Fi that they're still equipping the plane with. Same tail number as in 1 to 400 scale, N231JB. Let's see if I can bring you in for a closer look to see if you can see. There it is. I can see it. There's that rectangular drawing of the evacuation slide. And the overwing exits has it outlined a little bit differently, which I think we can see right about here. Right where I'm pointing. Right there. That's where the overwing evacuation slide would deploy. So this aircraft would be equipped with about 6 exits. 4 on the front and back, and 2 over the wing. Giving all of you the best I can on this amazing 360-degree view of the model. Bringing you towards the back for the FSX view. All kinds of wonderful ways to view this model. So yeah, Gemini Jets, you still get an A+ for your 1 to 200 scale models, as well as finally detailing your 1 to 400 scale models. Well, the JetBlue fleet in 1 to 200 scale won't be complete until I get the A321, which I still will be willing to place an order on somewhere very, very soon. So for now, we say hello in 1 to 200 scale to the Do barcode liveries on the A320 and the Embraer 190. Both absolutely gorgeous planes, serving JetBlue very, very well. So this will conclude my video. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, this is Cameron at Pinching08 signing and pinching out, and we will see you in the wild blue yonder.